All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I had some technical difficulties coming in tonight, but I'll tell you what, it's that Mercury retrograde. It sure is, because I was supposed to be on Zoom doing this, and then everything just kind of got all messed up. So we're gonna we're gonna be fine. I'm recording it. So for those of you that missed it, that signed up originally for the event, I know there was 14 of you. If you couldn't find me, here it is. I'm doing a talk tonight, and I'm bringing back Spirit Chats. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Uma, and I'm the CEO of the Lotus and the Light Metaphysical Center in Northern Virginia. I'm a live streamer, an author, a speaker. I do a lot of things with the metaphysical community, and I like to share knowledge when I can. So one of the talks I wanted to really talk about was the importance of having a spiritual mentor. Now, it's a touchy topic because in the spiritual community, there's still a lot of people that believe either you're born with it or you don't have it. And for those that they say are born with it, it's a gift and it should be given freely to others. Or it's a gift and you don't need anyone to teach you or to learn from. Just trust what you know and all that kind of stuff. And that's really good advice, except where's the accountability? And that's what I want to talk about tonight, about the importance of having a spiritual mentor. So the importance really comes down to the accountability. Hi, Nikki. It comes down to accountability. When you're working with people, let's say you're a psychic and you're giving readings. When you give a reading, it's not just about knowing what you know. There's so much more that goes into a reading, okay? There is the fact that you can't just give a reading by understanding the cards or understanding the interpretation of the cards. What about your delivery? All right, what if you read some bad news in those cards? How are you delivering this message to the person? Well, you need training for that. Right? I'm not saying you have to have a psychology degree or know how to deliver messages with a formal college education, but you should have had at least taken some form of life coaching certification, some form of public speaking class, right? You should have taken some steps if you're going to be doing this in a professional setting. Now, a lot of readers, they read for free because they're aware that they have a natural talent. They don't know too much about it. So they're going to go ahead and then just give, from the bottom of their hearts, they're going to give what they know and out of like a love for helping people. And that's okay. That's awesome. But for those of you that are charging, for those of you that are requiring some form of payment, right? You need to have a spiritual mentor, especially in that. And, I've done over 13,000 readings. And it does not come down to just what you know about the cards or the oracle or the pendulum or the runes. There's so much more that goes into a reading. It's the delivery of what you're delivering. It's about having emotional intelligence to know what to deliver and what to keep to yourself. And that comes with having a mentor, I'm a big fan of mentorship. As you guys know, I am a spiritual mentor, so I do my own teaching to people. But then I also have been mentored for the past 10 years, right? Pretty much all of my 30s was just being in classes, right? Oh, we got some comments in here. Ward said, we can also learn it from life. The things we experience and go through can evolve us. Sure. But if you are working with somebody else and you're requiring payment for that, your life experiences are not enough. You need some form of education. Wahida said, preach. I wouldn't nearly be where I am today without mentorship. It taught me how it all ties together. I really appreciate that because you're one of my students, aside from being my cousin. So thank you for that, for the comments. Yeah, if you guys put comments in here, I will definitely read them out and we can discuss them. So the importance of having a spiritual mentor is to help provide you with that accountability. Here's the thing. If you're going through your practice, right? Let's say you want to be teaching people how to do yoga and you don't, you've just watched TV and then you've done your own practice for 20 years. So you feel, even though you don't have the certification, you feel like you're a yoga teacher. Well, no, I'm here to tell you, you're not. You're not a yoga teacher. You need a certification. Why? Because you could hurt somebody, all right? Putting people into asanas, AKA poses, requires a certain level of understanding. When I took yoga training, I had to study for a month at an ashram, and we had to learn about the muscles. We had to learn about the stretches. We had to learn about what was safe and not safe. We had to learn also how to lead a class, how to move from one flow pose into another. All of that takes time and training. And can we sum it up, guys? A mentor, right? It takes a teacher. How many times I was corrected in class by my mentor, right? Uma, don't do that pose that way. You're going to hurt yourself. Uma, you got to straighten up your back, tighten your core, all that kind of stuff. So if I just decided from my own life experiences, I've been doing yoga for 20 years, let me go out here and teach people how to do yoga, that's acting without integrity. That is acting without integrity. And I find there's a lot of, I got to say this. Can I say this? There's a lot of ego out here. Tender knows what I'm talking about. Tender is my friend on streams, and Tender is a mental health therapist. And I bet she is sick and tired of people giving mental health advice. And they're not even trained. I'm sorry I'm laughing, Tender. It's just because I see it. And I don't know how you keep your cool, calm composure. I would be freaking out, losing my mind. There's so many people, but I get it, guys. I get we want to help. But you got to know what is appropriate to help with and when it's appropriate to step back and let the professionals do what they do. It's important. You got to know these things. So we have something called spiritual elitism in the spiritual community. Spiritual elitism is where people like divide you into levels. You know, I'm here, you're here. You're here, I'm here. All right. So there's people that feel that they're better than other people, or they feel like they know a lot because of life or because of experiences they've been through. I can't tell you how many people I have met in my lifetime in the spiritual community who is writing a book about their life experience. Congratulations, you survived life. We all have. But write your book. Just don't promote it like you're the next best thing, the next big thing. The thing is, we all have a life story to share, but it's the ego that we have to check. And that's one of the main reasons why I like having a spiritual mentor, because my mentors check my ego. Oh, don't think I'm only talking to you. I'm talking about myself too. Lord knows, Uma had a lot of ego when she started out, just like everybody. Spirit called me to this. Spirit wants me to save the world. If it wasn't me doing it, nobody else would be doing it. We are all here to play a part, and none of us are better than the other. We all have some sort of importance, some sort of significance, but it doesn't have to be in this big, grandiose way that we always think it to be. It doesn't have to be that way. A mentor can be a huge asset in helping you learn to speak to your audience. That's a big deal. All the information in the world means nothing if the other person doesn't understand you. Nikki, well said. Well said, because that's exactly what it comes down to. When I meet a lot of people in the spiritual community, they kind of like turn their nose up at spiritual mentorship. I am a mentor. So if somebody's asking me, like usually I'll get people when I do these spirit chats and stuff, they want like free advice. That's cool. I'm here to do that. But then I get the ones that want free advice so they can turn around and give the advice to their following like it's their stuff. What the what? No. And then they won't even claim me as their mentor because they're not. I'm not their mentor. They're not paying me. But they want to act like it's their own. That's gaslighting. That's spiritual gaslighting at its best. So I'm a big fan of spiritual mentorship. And I'm not just out here talking, blowing kisses in the wind. I've been under some of the most incredible mentors in my life. Remember, I'm certified in over 40 modalities. So that's a lot of teachers, all right? I've been with some of the best healer teachers in the world, the best psychic teachers in the world, best mediumship teachers in the world, best shamanic teachers in the world, best life coaching teachers in the world, best massage therapist teachers in the world, reflexology teachers in the world. I can't even begin to tell you. I've been with some of the best, and I've been studying for over 20 years, 10 years of formalized study. in the metaphysical education, another 5 years in formal education, and then another 5 years of just taking random classes with other teachers, not specifically mentorship, but classes to learn, to grow, to expand, to evolve, right? So I do believe in the power of spiritual mentors. The way I like to describe a spiritual mentor or a mentor, doesn't have to be spiritual. I'm just talking more about in the spiritual field. I like to describe it as a radio. Now, I'm dating myself. I'm going to be 45 in a couple of days, right? So I'm dating myself. But you know the AM, FM transistor radios, right? Well, when you're like looking for a channel, you got to kind of like tune, the little knob, you got to tune it for a little bit until you can find your channel. And it might take you a while because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know where you're going. You don't even know what kind of music you like. You're just trying to find something that fits the mood, right? Like, I don't know. Do I feel like country today? Do I feel like rap? Do I feel like old, like 80s, 90s? I don't know. So you're searching on the radio station. It's going to take you a while. It might even frustrate you, but right? Youngin'. A mentor knows exactly what you're looking for and knows exactly how to get you there. That's the beauty of mentorship, is they're going to look at you and say, this is where you want to go, and this is where you need to be, and this is the path you're going to take. And they walk right over to that radio and just tune it right to that radio station that you need to listen to. And it's going to feel good. It's going to feel really good. So if you look at it from the start, you might look at the upfront cost. Oh my gosh, it cost $10,000 to work with this mentor, $5,000 with this mentor, $1,000 with this mentor. So you're looking at the upfront cost, but you're not looking at how much money it's saving you, because what we do as humans is we tend to just look at the financial value of things. We don't look at the emotional value, the spiritual value, the mental value of things. I pay a cleaning lady and her husband to come twice a month to clean my house. You know why? Because the mental and emotional and physical exhaustion she has saved me is well worth those couple of bucks. Let me tell you right now, it is well worth those couple of bucks. So I happily pay her. I happily pay her to come twice a month. We of course clean the house the weeks that she's not here, but she does like the deep clean. You know what I'm saying? She does the deep clean. She get in there, this house smell lovely. I feel great, and it takes some stress off of me. And that's what we have to start doing. We have to stop looking. Hi, Tina. We have to stop looking at the financial costs of things and start thinking about, what is this doing for my mental, my emotional, my physical, right? I pay guys to do my yard work. I have a yard, and summertime the grass grows, and I pay them to do my yard work because my physical can't handle it, pushing that lawnmower up and down the hill. I live on a hill, right? I can't handle it. So the money that I spend paying them to do it equates to me saving physical money, if you will, the wear and tear on my body. And that's what we have to start doing when we're thinking about mentorship. Stop looking at the cost. And there's so many great mentors out here. When I work with mentors, they're usually between 3,000 to 5,000 a pop, and that's not one-on-one. That's like in a class of 20 to 30 other students. When you go one-on-one, it's like 10,000 to 20,000, one-on-one, because you're getting all their attention. And I never scoffed at it. I paid it. You know why I paid it? Because I knew the path I wanted to be on. I wanted to be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a healer, a psychic, a medium. And I didn't want to come to people with a lack of integrity and skipping dollars just so I can give somebody a reading and boost my ego a little bit about that reading. And then also, just get whatever satisfaction I get out of it and not do anything else about it. So that's my talk tonight about spiritual mentorship. I definitely recommend it to everybody. I'm a big fan of spiritual mentorship. I do advise you, wherever you are, there's so many mentors. Like, I personally mentor psychics and mediums. I mentor healers that are developing their healing skills. I life coach people. And, so sometimes I mentor for just self-development, spiritual development. Sometimes I mentor in relationships. Like, there's women that I work with that have been unlucky in love. So I work with them on teaching them how to raise their standards so they can attract a better mate. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is find yourself a mentor that can work with you and what you're looking for. and it's guaranteed to get you there faster. They will get you there faster. All right. So I unfortunately did not have enough time to do free readings tonight, but don't worry. This is going to be a weekly thing where I do a spirit chat with a topic and with some free readings. So this is going to be streamed for anybody who's watching. It's going to be streamed live on my Instagram, my business Instagram, the Lotus and the Light on Instagram. It's going to be streamed live on my Facebook, the Lotus and the Light on Facebook. And then it's going to be recorded for those of you that are on YouTube. All right. So find my channels, follow, like, subscribe, and that way you'll find me. And I'm going to figure out a day that I can come on regularly. It might be Friday nights. It might be Friday nights, like a spirit chat on Friday nights. But let me look at my schedule and let me work it out, because I do have a lot of travel plans this year. I'm traveling for work. So, if you're in a city and you want me to come and teach a class, give a lecture, do a talk, do a lead a meditation, do a gallery reading or whatever, hit me up on my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube. Let me know, because I am going to be traveling around a lot in the States this year. All right. So I'm signing off first with Instagram. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to sign off next on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me.